What would you like to do today?
I'd like to start finishing out the game.
Oh, my goodness.
So we got one more Dreamer to do.
Okay.
And I want to get him today. And then
Alright.
depending on how long that takes, and if it's successful, then I want to go fight I want to go back to the Dung Defender.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because the thing I was trying to do before with the Dung Defender, it doesn't occur until you fight or beat all 3 Dreamers, so
Okay.
that's what we're going to do today. Because it's not too far to the final Dreamer from here. He's pretty close. I don't remember it being super tricky to get to him. But, you know.
We'll see.
It is a little tricky. It is a little tricky to get to him as far as like what's blocking him.
Okay.
But so I've heard people comment on, or I've heard some people bring up that like each of the 3 Dreamers has something that sort of tests your skills in the game.
Okay.
And Monomon, when you fight Umu, it's testing like your platforming skills because you have to platform to be fighting Umu.
Okay.
And then Hera is testing your navigation skills because you have to get through Deepness to get to her.
Okay.
And this one would be testing your combat skills, so that's fun. Also, something else that's fun.
Sorry, I'm yawning. Whoa!
You can break that floor. It's pretty great. Oh, but now I've got to do this. So you can't, or you're not supposed to get to here, to this Dreamer, until you have the double jump, because you can't reach this little ledge without it. Except you can sequence break on this thing. Let's see if I can pull it off. No, I can't, because I automatically... But you can bounce off that and then grab onto it. So you can sequence break, but you're supposed to have the double jump.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the one grub... Oh, I forgot about you guys. I believe the one grub is in here. Or the one grub that's left in the city. So we might get that one. And continue our climb. Well, hey, we got enough of them to fill out the journal now. So, up here, I believe, yep, bench.
Okay.
There's a bench. And a map updated. Yep, the grub is right up there. So yeah, this is the last Dreamer. Oddly enough, this Dreamer... How can I get that guy aggroed without the big guy being aggroed? Oh, no, never mind. This Dreamer doesn't really have anyone associated with them.
That's weird.
They kind of do, like he kind of does, but not one that we know. Okay. So like, Hera had Hornet, and then Monomon had Coral.
Yeah.
Lurien doesn't really have anybody.
Weird.
That's weird, the way the camera's like panning in here. Oops. Side. That unlocked down there? Yes, it did. Oh, he ran at me. Great start. Great start. So they only take 2 now. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get the Dreamnail dialogue from the little one associated with this streamer.
Okay.
Because he has... Like, that's the only reason that you know that he's even, like... sort of... like, special for the streamer.
Okay.
Because he just looks like any other enemy. I'm looking for the way in with the grub. I think I might have gone the wrong way for the grub.
I think I just noticed I must have messed up when I was making my sock at some point because the stitch count is off.
Oh.
I think I know what I did. Yeah.
What happened?
I don't think... I don't have to undo all that much.
Oh, good.
But I think what I did wrong is I didn't move the stitch from the one side to the other side, so...
Oh. Oh, is it like a back and forth when you're doing that then?
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, I've never done that. I just see people like moving the needles, but I'm not really...
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of... I mean, when you're making a sock, you go around in a circle constantly. You don't really go back and forth until you do the heel.
Mm. Changing out my charms a bit, because I went and practiced this a little bit. This upcoming boss a little bit, because they are somewhat notorious for being difficult. They're another one that I like to just kind of like go into Godhome and just fight for fun. But they are definitely one that I know is going to be a lot different on this file just because of all the upgrade differences.
Okay.
There is one thing on here that makes them easier than Godhome though. Because you can make it slightly easier for yourself. Normally, there's 6 enemies.
Okay.
So you can kind of see them in there all curled up, waiting. And normally there's 6 of them, and in Godhome there's 6 of them. But, sit up here, come on. There we go. There is a secret spot up here.
Ooh, secrets.
And you can make it slightly easier on yourself by knocking a chandelier down on one. It doesn't let me see it. But now there's only 5 that we have to deal with, so that is helpful. Alright. Okay. But yeah, if you think of anything that you want
I
to
don't
talk
know.
about,
I mean, we'll see.
it doesn't have to be
If you hear
super...
a weird, like a weird sound, which, who knows, that's me ripping 2 inches out of my sock because I did it wrong, which makes me a little sad, but it's okay, it's the way it works.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
So here we go. Come on. Okay, you're first. Alright, 1 down. Next one is over here. This is a bad position. I want to get away.
One of the games that I played recently was a game that was one of my very first video games that I've ever really, or first 3D games that I ever had. My husband gave me well, back in college we weren't married yet, but he gave me a PlayStation 2, and I think he gave me Final Fantasy 12 and then also Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh.
And so, at some point, I don't know when they came out with it, but they came out with like a remastered collection box of all of the early Metal Gear games.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so he got that the other week, I guess. And so we were playing through Metal Gear Solid 2 again for nostalgia purposes, I suppose. And it's kind of fun because it's a pretty old game at this point, but that was pretty early on in 3D video gaming for me, so I feel like I played at a much easier difficulty, and I remembered some things being a lot more challenging than they ended up being. But also the game's just hard to control. And some of it, the only real difficulty is because it's hard to play. But there's one of the boss fights at the end of the game.
That's it.
Oh, wow. One of the boss fights at the end of the game kind of looks like this.
Oh, really?
Oh, jeez.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Yeah, I kept getting into, like, a defensive...
Well,
I kept getting into a defensive thing and just screwed up.
Well, that's the end of the the challenge, I guess.
That's Steel Soul. That's
Jeez.
the first time I've died on them on Steel Soul, though.
Wow.
This is weird. It doesn't do this. It's playing both songs.
That's unpleasant.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. What do you want to do? Do you want to just, like, take this as, like, the end of the challenge, and then, because I know, like, also who cares kind of a thing. Maybe because you were saying, like, you wanted to have alternate endings?
So, I'm thinking what I would like to do is I would like to continue, not necessarily on Steel Soul, I would like to continue where we were and get to the endings, because I know at least Lexi,
That's what I was gonna say, yeah. Bummer.
Yeah, it happens.
That's a challenge for you. Alright, well...
We will see what
we'll make it work.
Yep, we'll make it work, and we will...
Challenge failed, but...
We will be right back for the rest of it.
We'll be back.
So we're back again at the Watcher Nights with a brand new file. So, failed Steel Soul. It was a shame, but it happens. But because I wanted to show Anna just the game in general, I made a new file that is not Steel Soul, which you can kind of see up there on my bar. It's different. And got us back to where we were. I got a few extra things. I got most of the charms. I got all the grubs. We grabbed the last and final grub before coming here. So we can drop off or go visit the Grubfather after the Watcher Nights. But we're not going to do it on Steel Soul, so we can just kind of like die all we want to. And just kind of have a relaxed time with the rest of the game.
Sure.
So
anyway, let's try to catch back up to where we were.
Yep, so this is
Minus
where I
the dying.
died. But here's the Watcher Nights. I already smashed one with a chandelier, so here we go. Watcher Nights again. Oh right, I have to go all the way.
Oh no, not again!
Stop running away from me. I hate when you run away. You're annoying. So when he runs away, that gives more time for the others to wake up. So you can't just get rid of one real quick. They spawn in at that place. That is okay. Ta-da! And we're done. Go figure, when I've been playing all week and have, like, you know, shaken off a bit of the rust, it goes so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Not perfect, but so much better. Who knew?
Who would have guessed?
She's over there knitting.
Yep.
So she sounds a little distracted, that's why. We got a lot of geo, which is good, because we need it for one of the things. You may notice I have a lot of geo also. That's in prep for something to show.
Okay.
And we got a Hallownest seal. I don't know why I thought it was a journal. Makes more sense that it's a Hallownest seal, but yeah, you know. So now we're going after the final Dreamer, who is Lurien. Do you want to read it?
Master, too tired. Cannot watch longer.
I'm not completely sure what Lurien does exactly.
Okay.
I forgot. There's a thing here. Is it here? No. Not here. We can read his diary. Do you want to read his diary?
You do it.
Sleep beckons eternal, and these words become my last. Though my gaze shall no longer fall upon this city, I will act forever in its protection. For king, for a bug, for Hallownest, I head now to my rest. I hate that line because I feel like it needs to rhyme and be said like a rhyme, but then it doesn't quite have, like... Does it cadence or rhythm?
Yeah.
It doesn't quite fit, but it feels like it should. So yeah, that was his diary. We just read his diary. Unfortunately, now I gotta go all the way back down. Get the elevator. Whee! I don't have to wait for the elevator because I have a wall jump. No! No! Take me up.
It's weird that you can trigger it from underneath like that.
I didn't think I could. I didn't know I could. So the cool thing is, he's got a telescope.
Neat.
And you can look in it. And see the city. So I think I know where that's pointed.
Okay.
I think that's pointed at the Soul Master and Soul Tyrant, like the Soul Sanctum.
Okay.
Because if you kind of like... I don't think it's marked on my map right now, but... it kind of is. If you look like at where the mask is on the map,
okay,
and then kind of follow the angle of the telescope, it's pointed right at the Soul Sanctum.
Huh.
So I think he was keeping an eye on the Soul Master, which might make sense considering what they were doing there.
If watching the roof can give any assistance in any ways. Anyway,
to be fair, there was like a glass ceiling on it because he smashed through it. Oops, I don't want a marker. Like the Soul Master smashed through it for the second stage. He's got a painting. Or he could have just been using it to paint the city, because it looks like he was painting the city. But yeah, here's Lurien, and here's his person with him. I'm gonna try and
Noodle arms!
Do you want to read it?
Master, so long.
Come back. You have more. You have more. Come on.
Master, light calls. I will watch over you.
I think that might be it, but I'll try one more time. Come on. He's tricky to get the dialogue, because... Nah, that's about it.
That's it.
Because he runs away sometimes, and then flails at you other times, and it's like, ugh. Alright, last Dreamer. For King Beloved. To sleep, to serve. Bonds must remain. So he's the one that does not want you doing this.
Yes.
Hera didn't really care. As far as I can tell, Monomon wanted you to kill her, but he does not. Sorry, dude. And that is the final one. So now the final boss is open to us whenever we want to go face him.
Okay.
Which we will, but not today. For now, we're gonna just leave his servant alone. We got a couple other things to do before ending the episode. Not too long of things. Just a couple. Checking my list. Alright, so there's a few people that I want to visit before we end out the episode. Like the Grubfather. And since this is not a Steel Soul file, there's somebody that we should meet. Hello, friend. Take me home to Dirtmouth. So we're back in Dirtmouth. First person we're gonna go visit is Jinn's friend. Because now that it is not Steel Soul, we can see the original person that's here. So use a simple key. So this is Jinn's friend.
Oh.
Is Jiji. Would you like her voice?
Oh, no, you do it.
Welcome, small intruder. I've been sound asleep in here for some time. Some time? Ah, yes. Well, now you've gone and woken me up. It's no matter, I suppose. I might even be able to help you. I am Jiji, and if you have found your way into my chamber, you must need my help. You see, sometimes we leave our regrets behind in the world, like black stains. If we don't deal with these regrets, hope starts to drain from us. Do you have regrets of your own, little one? Let me peer into you for a moment. Ah, you don't appear to have any lingering regrets. How lucky for you. You don't need the services of one such as I. A fierce host has settled nearby. Did you summon them? I find their smell unsettling. Theirs is a scent of distant places, unfamiliar even to me. They have a strange look to them, gaudy and intimidating. Perhaps you suspect they hide their true appearance? You'd be right. They favor projection over truth, shrouding themselves in forms dreamed. Best be careful. Assisting them might benefit you, but who knows what suffering it may cause. So you're talking about the Grim Troop.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You seem to be free of regret. You don't need the services of one such as I. Farewell. How long I must have slept. This land is so much darker now, so thick with the stains of regret. Even the air is murkier. If I sleep again, will the darkness creep in here and swallow me whole? So, you might have guessed her purpose. She'll get your shade back for you. So,
right, yeah.
Real quick, I'm going to show what that looks like. Because it's neat. Plus it will let me show you what the shade, like how the shade works. Because it's basically a bloodstain from Dark Souls, but slightly different. Kill me, friend. And I'm dead.
Whoops!
Oh, I forgot I had that charm on. Oh well. I just have to fix it. Oh, hey. I forgot I didn't sit at a bench. Alright, back to Dirtmouth. Back in Dirtmouth. Heading back to Jiji. So one thing that's different about the death mechanic in this, because it's pretty similar to Dark Souls, but it's actually a bit more punishing, because one of the things it does is, you see up there on my bar?
Yeah.
My soul thing is cracked. So now I can actually only hold 2 charges of it, which means if I'm trying to heal, then I can only do 2 heals at once before I have to have it filled.
Yeah.
And then same with attacks, I can only do 2 attacks instead of 3. Also, you lose all your geo. That part works the same. Like, if you don't get it back, before dying again, you completely lose it.
Yeah.
But what's different is Jiji has to give you back, or Jiji can give you back your shade if you don't feel like going and finding it. Hello again. How have you been faring? Have you come to me because of your regrets? Let me peer into you. Yes, I can see the regrets you've left behind. A dark stain just below us, lost amongst the kingdom's twisting roads and highways. As a service, I can return your regrets to you, so they can be dealt with. You want that, yes? Ah, but I am very hungry. Perhaps you'd be willing to part with a little of your food? Sleep for as long as I have, and you build up quite the appetite. So she wants rancid eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who Tuck's been giving, or not Tuck, that's who Jinn has been giving them to.
Yes.
I will enjoy this morsel tremendously. Now, as promised, we will begin the ritual.
More noodle arms.
Yep. So here's the difference. I can't just walk up to it. I have to fight
You have
it.
to kill it, yeah.
And he has all my abilities. And the more masks you get, the more hits he takes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you seem to have made peace with your regrets in a most novel, and dare I say brutal, fashion. What a joy to behold. Farewell for now. I will think of you as I savor my meal. I think that's all she says. Yes. So yeah, that's Jiji. She's pretty neat. She's, if you're confident in your abilities, you don't need her.
Sure.
But she's really handy, like, if you've died somewhere terrible and have a lot of Geo on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a lot of Geo right now. Hey, other person to go visit before we call it a day. The Grubfather. Because we have now gotten all the grubs. So he has one last gift for us. Woohoo.
Whee!
Our final gift.
That's a lot of babies.
Grubberfly's Elegy.
Wow!
Which is... contains the gratitude of grubs who will move to the next stage of their lives. Imbues weapons with a holy strength. When the bearer is at full health, they will fire beams of energy from their nail.
Nice.
Which sounds awesome, except it's at full health.
Yes. I mean, same as in Zelda.
It's exactly the same.
So...
I'll show you. Like, look at all the babies.
Wow, that's a lot of babies.
They're singing us a chorus. See ya, babies. So I'll show you that, and then we'll make one last visit to the Grubfather. Because it's exactly like Zelda. Zote. Grubberfly's Elegy. It's kind of cool. I don't use it very much.
Nice.
I can't remember if it's affected by Fragile Strength or Unbreakable Strength, but it is, like, Quick Slash does help it. I also don't think it gets extended by, like, the Long Nail or Mark Pride. It's cool, though. It's cool. It's very good for, in Godhome, the DLC, if you're trying to do, like, no-hit runs of certain bosses, it's really good for that.
Okay.
But let's go visit the Grubfather one last time.
Oh.
Yep.
Alright then, I guess.
Would you like his voice?
No, you do it.
Happy, happy, happy. That's all he says. They're all inside his belly.
That's pretty strange.
It is a thing that has some similar parallels in real life with bugs. There's one method of reproduction where the babies will literally, like, they'll develop inside the mother and then eat their way out of her.
Yeah, but
it's a little
that's
bit
the
different,
opposite, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So it's up to interpretation whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. It's It's a thing, though. But yeah, there's speculation that the reason the collector was popping them all in jars and hiding them everywhere was to prevent this. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a speculation. And again, whether this is good or bad is kind of up to interpretation.
Yeah.
People like to point out the gratitude of grubs who will move to the next stage of their lives as a, no, this is a good thing kind of thing.
Yeah.
But again, up to interpretation. It doesn't look good. From a human standpoint, it looks terrible. So, but yeah, that is the end of the stuff with the grubs. No more grubs to find, no more gifts from the Grubfather. He gave us a few more things. He gave us a pale ore, because I believe we didn't get that quite yet on the Steel Soul file. But he gave us a pale ore, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can call it a day on that one.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time to start some more cleanup to go to the end of the game.
See ya. Bye.